Good evening, folks. How's everybody doing? It's your boy Uche Kalu, aka Ezzy. And it's my boy over here, my co-host Dion Hudson, aka Cowboy. And we decided to go ahead and do another segment on live, but because we're having some editing problems with getting our episodes, we've already did the episodes. We recorded them fully, got them edited, but for some reason we're unsuccessful with getting them on most of the platforms. So we decided to go ahead and do a live, and we're going to talk about the subjects of this past Kansas City Chiefs game with Denver Broncos. It started off slow, but then it ended off pretty good. Kansas City, of course, they achieved the win. They achieved the W. And so they are 11-1, I believe. And then Denver Broncos, of course, is I believe they're 4-8 now, 4-7, something like that. The scoreboard was 16-22 Kansas City way. And then of course we're going to talk about this. It's still unbelievable to me. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather are expected to fight in February. What you think about that?
It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Why you say it's going to be
I didn't say challenging. I didn't say challenging, and I didn't say expected. I did say very interesting, right? I'm interested to see, what are they going to show, right? This is not Floyd and Pacquiao.
No.
So don't expect no high-flying, skillful, in the ring, acrobatic, tactical type stuff going on. None of that's taking place. This is something else. I don't know what it is.
Maybe on Floyd Mayweather then.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Your opponent pushes you to that point, right? So this is going to be very interesting. You don't
think Logan got what it takes?
I think Logan is just living on Floyd's name when it comes to boxing. He's not a factor.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a record.
He doesn't even have a name.
When you look the guy's record.
This man has no reputation whatsoever in the boxing world, yet alone he wants to challenge someone who's pretty much been undefeated his whole career.
His record is 0-1.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. But let's get back to the Kansas City thing.
Right? Okay, so we want to talk about the Kansas City thing.
Let's get back to the Kansas City thing.
Let's do that.
The Kansas City thing,
What you think about the game?
I don't know if it's what people expected, It wasn't very high. It wasn't a high-scoring game.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't an offensive game. That we do know to be true.
But that interception at the end, that lock through, that interception at the end, shout out to Kansas City defense. That defense is tough. Came and got it at the last minute or so of the game, and it wrapped up the whole game, 22-16. And Mahomes looked amazing out there. He looked amazing. Way to represent on Texas. If anybody didn't know, Mahomes is from Texas Tech University. So
okay.
Big Texas Tech fan.
So that means that he has a lot of fans at home that are rooting him on.
Absolutely.
Even though he plays for Kansas City.
Yeah.
I was really interested in knowing more about the quarterback. Number 15. Like, how did he play in the game? What was his stats? I don't know his stats.
We're talking about him now.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was his yardage? What was his passing yardage? I mean, what difference did he make in the game right now?
He made a huge impact in the game. He hardly, he didn't have any interceptions, from what I believe. And then, of course, what I saw, he was able to get the ball off, and he was able to make a play. I mean, anybody knows who's played football with a background like me and you, as long as you're able to get the ball off and make a play, you're good to go. When I looked at the game, it was pretty entertaining at the end. It seemed like it could have went either way. It's just that I think that the Denver Broncos offense, they were a little bit too anxious to make it happen, to make something pop, and it just didn't happen for him.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think Glock was he was a little bit overexcited. That's how he ended up throwing that interception at the end. That hurts, man.
I know that it's always hard for a defensive back to play, just in general, because if you're a defensive back, you already have a tactical disadvantage. Your opponent has a tactical advantage over you because he already knows what route he's going to run. He already knows if it's a pass play or a running play. You know, defensive back, you're getting everything on a read. You really don't know what it is, so you're guessing. And it's even harder to be a defensive back when you're up against a real good quarterback.
That's true.
You know, that quarterback can pick you apart. He can pick your whole defensive secondary apart, you know. So I'm interested in knowing, like, what did they do to prepare for this game? What can you do to prepare against a talented quarterback if you're a defensive back? What can you do?
I would say the film.
Yeah.
Film would be one. And of course, that goes with proper preparation prevents poor performance. I believe that they exercise that to be able to kind of figure out what Mahomes is going to be working with. But when you have a quarterback, one, that as agile as he is, as sharp as he is, as talented as he is, as athletic, you don't know what to expect with him because he can stay in the pocket, he can get out the pocket, he can scramble around the place. He always gonna make a play, no matter what. Yeah. And he's always gonna get the ball off. And if he can't get the ball off, he successfully throws it away, keeps from getting sacked, keeps from getting hurt. And his line is amazing. Did you see his line in the game today?
No, you definitely have to have a good offensive line if you have a good quarterback because you got to protect them and you got to give them enough time to make a play, right? If you know, I don't care how good a quarterback is, if you got 4 defensive linemen running at you full speed, you're surrounded. All that talent goes out the window. What gives him the ability to do what he can do is have an offensive line that has his back. Them guys out there working hard for him. So
I just wish that the Cowboys had that same thing going on this season. I don't know what happened. Of course, Dak Prescott is out of commission, so to speak, for the whole season.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dak Prescott and Cowboys fans out there. I am one Cowboys fan, so I always have been since the Troy Aikman days. So unfortunately, I guess we'll be waiting until next season. But back to the Kansas City and the Denver Broncos game, I felt like it was very entertaining. I felt like that the line, they did their thing as far as taking care of the quarterback, Mahomes. And then, of course, when we talk about Locke, I think he had just as equal opportunity to turn things around and bring a W back home. But I just think he was a little overly anxious. I think he was a little bit nervous, too, as well. And he didn't have his thinking cap on, so to speak. He wasn't thinking before he was making plays. He was trying to just get off the plays, and that's not how you do it when it comes to football.
I want to say everyone here should really appreciate the fact that we have instant replay. There was this one play that really caught my attention where this wide receiver jumped up to catch the ball, and they were questioning whether he had 2 feet in. You remember that play?
Yeah.
And the referee ruled it an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
The referee was right there in front of him when the play happened, but the play happened so fast, and it was so many things I guess he was trying to pay attention to at one time, that he ruled it an incomplete pass when they showed the play in slow motion. The man had 2 feet down, and he had control of the ball.
That was when Denver had possession.
Right, and so the coach challenged the play, because I was like, he better challenge this play. He challenged the play. They did an instant replay. Come to find out, it was a touchdown the whole time. And it just makes you wonder, instant replay hasn't always been in the game. So imagine all those games that have been played in the past where there was no instant replay. It was all what the ref said and what the ref said went.
Yeah,
there was a lot of people that got cheated out of touchdowns. Yeah,
the ref is not always right when it comes to that. Hold on, we got a guest over here. Where you at, Chris? I just seen you, brother. He tapped out. Let's see. Let's see here. Guess he went away. Guess he'll come back. Oh, here he is. What's up, Chris? Go ahead and tap the invite for the video. We would love to hear what you think about the game and just your perspectives on football, man. Talk to us. Tell us what's up. Tell us what's good in the hood. Tell us something good. Well, anyway.
On the other end, the coming up fight with Floyd Mayweather and
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
The Disney kid.
I don't want to say it's a joke, because I know that if it was a joke, there wouldn't be like millions of dollars that somebody's finna make.
Man, it has to be a joke.
But it can't be a joke. Okay, listen. Anytime there's millions of dollars on the line, it's not a joke.
No, money's not a laughing matter.
No, it's not no, especially when it's that much money.
That's
So,
a lot of money.
as much as I want to say it's a joke, I'm not gonna say it's a joke. I'm gonna say that this is a matter that's gonna bring a lot of attention, that's gonna make a lot of money, and Floyd really doesn't need the money. Neither does him. He really doesn't need the money either.
Yeah, they're both made. They're both
made.
millionaires.
These are both made men coming
Just
together.
that Floyd Mayweather's on a whole nother level spectrum
So,
when it comes to money and business.
The reason why I would say it's a joke, but I'm not going to say it's a joke, but the reason why I would say it is because normally you have to be a number one contender to face a champion. It's always been like that. Okay. Paul, what's his full name again?
See,
I'm bad with names. I'm very bad with names.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, this is a disgrace to the boxing world. You are disrespecting the game, man. I hate to say it. I have nothing against you personally, but this is disrespecting the game because you didn't earn the right to go fight the champion. Everyone in the world knows that in order to fight a champion, you have to be a number one contender. Okay? And you know who else is disrespecting the game? Come on, Floyd. Come on, man. You know the game. You disrespecting the game too. You don't give some scrub the shot at the title, right? He has to earn his right to fight you. He has to prove himself against opponents. And by proving himself in the ring as a worthy challenger, and he has to reach a level of being a number one contender. You notice if you ever watch those old champion fights, they'll say, okay, the champ is fighting in this corner. They'll describe him, and they'll say, here comes the number one contender. Because he had to be the number one contender just to get in the ring with the champ.
This is true.
But all of a sudden now, you know, all you got to do is just be a popular name, a popular face, you know, and I'm just going to give you a shot to fight with me. So
You know
that's
what I think
why
it is?
that's why I want to say it's a joke, but I'm not going to say it's a joke because we all know that it's going to be a lot of money
But
in the
you,
mix to this.
But you know,
That's why
another,
I'm
you know
like-
another reason why, and it's just a hunch.
Right.
I feel like for Mayweather is kind of stepping in a little bit for the culture. I think he's stepping in for the culture a little bit because, you know, just last week, you know, your boy Nate Robinson got slept.
Oh, man,
You know, and then the
come on.
memes,
So
the memes been going all over social media. Man, I feel so sorry for that. Shout out to Nate Robinson, by the way, man.
so-
Hey, man, you did your thing.
Right.
You know, it just, I don't know what happened, man. But you told us you was gonna shock the world, and you definitely shocked the world. in a
Okay,
bad
so
way.
so what you're
So I
saying
feel
is,
like he's avenging him in a sense by fighting the brother.
okay,
You know what I mean?
first and foremost, Floyd, if you're watching, man, you get no points by knocking out a scrub, okay? I want you to know that you already know what I'm saying. Like, this dude doesn't even deserve to be in the ring with you.
Nah,
right?
he doesn't, man.
At all.
There's no comparison.
You have nothing to prove. You've proven to the world what you're capable of. Right now, he really has nothing to prove. You could retire completely, and no one could ever say anything bad about how you conducted yourself in that ring, okay? You have nothing to prove to nobody. You get no points for knocking out this scrub who has no record whatsoever. You get no points for doing it.
But do you know what's going on with
So
him
it's
too
crazy.
as well?
No.
You know, just give y'all a little TMZ, you know, information. Shout out to TMZ, you know, his daughter, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, is pregnant by a famous rapper, NBA YoungBoy. Okay, and so, you know, I don't know if you've been following the story, but I have. You know, him and Floyd Mayweather have had some words over the course of years, and so maybe he's just trying to release that frustration out somebody else.
Yeah, but they call it a punching bag.
Yeah.
They call it, and I'm pretty sure he has a punching bag. You know, any professional fighter on that level, they have their own punching bag, probably connected to their garage somewhere. You know, he can go out there and release some steam, and you know.
I mean, what you call that?
And it's not hard to pay somebody to get in the ring and spar with him, and you know, basically, if you pay a sparring partner, you're paying him to take some abuse.
But he has all that money. He don't have to do those things. I mean, Floyd could just chill, man.
Yeah, I'm interested in hearing what Floyd has to say about the upcoming fight. You know,
I am too.
I want to hear what he has to say. You know, I think that he has his own intentions for fighting. We definitely know it's really not about the money at all. And I'm beginning to wonder if it's even about what you said, because what you're saying makes sense. That, you know, all of a sudden he wants to fight this dude right after that happened with Robinson.
Well, I mean,
So
I think the pause, not to interrupt, you know what I'm saying, but I believe like the pause, you know, they're just not starting. They're just getting their feet wet into the boxing world. And, I mean, I commend them for being so brave. You know, if you could do anything you put your mind to. You know, I could be wrong. You know, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a psychic, so I don't know what the future may hold for these guys. But one thing I can say is, you know, we got to be realistic too. You know, hey, I mean, Jake, you know, you knocked out Nate Robinson.
Hey, look, I know
a retired NBA player.
Yeah.
You knocked out Nate Robinson, and a retired NBA player who knew nothing or had no type of capability of overcoming somebody that is experienced and seasoned into the ring. Now, you're talking about, after you just slept this guy, now you're talking about fighting Conor McGregor and Pacquiao. It's like, come on, man. Come on now.
You gotta
Nate Robinson, Manny Pacquiao. Nate Robinson,
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, like,
Look,
there's no comparison to that. That's crazy.
You gotta crawl before you walk, and before you crawl, you gotta at least get those feet kicking, legs
he could
kicking
be
in
crawling,
the air.
all right.
Listen, you know, before you crawl, you gotta at least get those legs and arms moving. You know, then you crawl, and then once you crawl, then you walk, and then when you walk, you just don't walk right away. You know, you hold on to stuff while you're walking. We're talking about the steps, stages, and degrees of being an infant who's learning how to adjust in this world, right? So you got to get your arms and legs moving first before you can crawl.
This is true.
Okay, so, you know, before you speak on fighting a champion, let's fight some people who are more on your level.
Do you feel like it'll be a knockout?
I feel like it's, I mean, I don't want to say it's a joke, but I feel like it's all just showbiz. I feel like it's show business.
It's going to be choreographed almost.
I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I know one thing, though. Floyd. I don't care how you do what you do, because you're a professional, but I want to say one thing. Don't you slip up and let this dude knock you out, man. That's going to look bad.
Like
Because, look, if this dude sneaks one and gets one in and happens to land a good one and you go down to the canvas, that's going to look real bad on the rap sheet.
And not only this on you, I'm gonna say it if nobody else say it. If this ain't racist or nothing like that. Okay? Because I love all races. Okay? I love all races. But hey, I'm gonna have to be like Club Shay Shay right now. Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Hey, you doing this for the culture, brother. Hey, this is for the culture. This is for the weird. This is for the big one, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So don't go up there, you know what I'm saying, with your Fendi or your Gucci or your Louis Vuitton, all looking all clean and shit, and then get knocked out.
Okay, look, you're doing it for the culture, but first and foremost, when you step in there, just know your rep's on the line. You got a reputation as one of the greatest boxers to ever step into the ring. And the last thing you want to happen is for that reputation to be tarnished because you let some YouTube dude sneak one in there on you. It's all like this, man.
They're gonna have to get the stuff to.
I wouldn't even want to watch it no more. If I seen that, I'd be highly disappointed, and I wouldn't even want to watch it no more.
We're gonna pay for the fight.
I think I'll go to sleep on that.
We're gonna pay for the fight. We're gonna pay for the fight.
I think I would go to sleep on that.
We're ordering the fight.
I don't
we
know.
have to order the fight.
Listen, that's just like me watching like an old great fighter fight, and then the referee sneaks one in there and knocks the fighter out. I wouldn't want to watch nothing like that. It would be like, what happened, man? Yeah. Who does something like that?
This is what I think. This is the possibility of what I think.
I wouldn't want to watch that. I wouldn't want to watch that.
I think the fight's going to seem a little choreographed. I feel like Logan Paul's going to be doing a lot of clinching. Okay? He's going to be doing a lot of hugging. All right? It's going to be a lot of dancing in there. You know what I mean? And I think
shout out to Logan Paul. Hey, do all the hugging you can, man.
All the hugging. I love you. You love me. Hey, yo, check it. Follow that choreograph, fam, and go get your buddy. You know what I'm saying? Get your buddy while you bullshit.
Yeah.
So I ain't tripping. I ain't hating by any means because any man would do it. But look, follow the choreograph.
This is how I think.
Floyd Mayweather has a high temper, and he is known for when dudes hit him the wrong way, he's knocking them out for the count. So just stick with the choreograph.
I think this is what's gonna happen, right? Floyd and his company and your company, they're gonna hype this fight up.
Absolutely.
They're gonna make this fight. This is the fight. Come watch it. They're gonna hype this thing up real good, right? Floyd's gonna get you in the ring. Once you get in the ring, he's going to let you dance and feel yourself. He's going to let you get off some blows, make you feel confident. He's going to let you go a couple of rounds like that. He's going to make you think that you belong there. and then all of a sudden when you get into it and you think that it's all good, that's when he's going to do you. In the 5th round. He's gonna do you in the 5th round, probably 6th round. He's not gonna do him right away. He has to give the people a show. So in the 5th round, that's when he's gonna open up the can. You know what the can is. Right?
Yeah.
We open up the can. And he brought the can opener with him when he stepped in the ring.
I think
he's gonna open up that can, right? And when he opens up that can, it's nothing but ass whooping that's gonna come out of there. Nothing but ass whooping, man.
I think it'll go
that's
to like the 8th round.
That's the only thing that's gonna come out that can.
It's gonna go to the 8th round.
He's not gonna open up the can right away. It's like, canned goods last forever, right? A can of whoop ass will last for centuries. There is no expiration date. I've never seen a can of whoop ass with expiration date.
Yes, and the internet is unforgivable.
So this can, he's gonna have this can with him, but he's not gonna open up that can in the 1st round, not the 2nd round, not the 3rd round. Because he's got to let you feel it. He wants you to feel yourself. He wants you to forget that he's a champion. Okay? How dare you step in the ring with me and forget who I am, right? So you're wrong for forgetting. And in that 5th round, he's going to open that can and he's going to unleash the beast.
And you know, Logan, y'all my boys. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all content. Love what you guys do, but I'm just gonna keep it real. Mm-hmm. You know who you gotta blame, Logan, for this whole setup and everything? It's your brother, man. Hyping your ass up. Make you actually think you have a shot to knock this dude out. To actually contend, being thinking you the number one contender to get in here. It's suicide, brother.
And see, look, I want you to know what you might not know is that
he's gonna knock you out if you move the wrong way.
Right. Look, this is you.
He's gonna knock you out.
What a coincidence! What a coincidence, right?
I see the high.
That right after you knocked this man out cold in front of millions of people, the way you did him, the way you dogged him. I mean, you don't think Floyd was watching that fight?
Oh yeah, he don't.
How do you think he felt about you taking advantage of a citizen?
That was his brother that did that.
Right. How do you feel advantage? How you think he feels about the way that this man went down? You don't think that it was kind of coincidental? Was it a coincidence that right after that y'all received a phone call from one of Floyd's representatives saying that he wants to fight somebody? Right?
Hey, yeah, everybody doing the challenge, man. Bro. Look,
don't fall for the setup.
Nate Robinson challenge. People gonna be doing the Logan Paul challenge here in a minute.
Don't
here in a minute. People gonna be doing the Logan Paul challenge, and I'll be on that shit. Right. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm petty as fuck. Look, I'm on that shit.
Don't fall for the setup.
Oh yeah,
it's obvious that it's a setup. Okay, do not fall for the setup. Okay,
don't fall for the okie doke.
Don't fall for the okie doke.
Don't fall for the banana.
It's more to it than this.
Don't do it,
because for him to fight someone who's not on his level means that it might be personal. That's one thing to take into consideration too. This whole thing might be personal because he probably felt like the dude got taken advantage of.
Do you ever feel like that Nate Robinson be able to dunk again?
Hold on. Did he not play that song right before the fight? Oh man, did he not mock that man and do him dirty like that? Did he not? What song did he play before the fight?
I don't even know.
We're playing basketball.
Oh yeah,
we're playing basketball. So listen. I wasn't in the right state of mind when I heard that. I was sitting there doing my head like this. My brother said, "Hold on, brother. Hold on. There's more to it. This dude is clowning him. He's mocking him. Like, you're a basketball player. You're not a fighter." Right? He was clowning him from jump.
It's his brother, man. Yeah. It's Jake. It's Jake that did that.
So it's gonna turn out how it's gonna turn out. I look forward to watching it. I don't expect to see. This is not a lesson for fighters. This is not something that a fighter will watch and want to gain some experience from, learn something from. This is really about show business and people coming together to do something that the people want to see. I mean, I don't really know if the people really want to see this. I really don't know if the people want to see this, right? I don't know if that's what they want to see.
Speaking of what people didn't want to see, how did folks feel about the boxing match yesterday? No, because there was a boxing match yesterday.
Oh, who fought yesterday?
Also was a D-Town native. I forget his name. I really don't follow him as much, but he's cold. The dude is cold though. The dude is on point. Especially when it comes to the KOs. Oh, no losses, brother.
Who has he fought that's worthy of fighting?
He fought this other cat, man. It's this Hispanic cat.
See, for a boxer or any fighter to claim that he's that man, he has to fight other men who are considered to be that man. Meaning that it's all about who he fought. You can have a 10-0 record, but if the only people you fought were people who were amateurs who didn't have no experience, that 10-0 record doesn't mean anything.
No, it does boost up your ego.
That's all it does, boost up your ego. But when you have a 10-0 record and you've been fighting hard hitters, you've been fighting gunslingers, you've been fighting dudes that got serious records, dudes that are serious fighters, and you moved your way up to the top, that 10-0 means something. That means something. So I always question, who have he fought? Did he fight somebody worthy?
This
you can
cat,
tell me somebody he fought worthy.
And forgive me, guys. I'm a little bit sleepy on that topic. His name just not coming to me right now because unfortunately we didn't watch the match yesterday, and that's because we had to work and things. But I heard it was a decent fight. Just old boy didn't have a chance, and old dude did his thing. And from the history, man, this cat that represents Dallas, he's from Dallas.
Okay.
He's been fighting some heavy hitters, so
Okay.
I can definitely contest to that. Over the years, this cat definitely has what it takes. Has a very, very bright future. He's been through the trenches.
Okay.
He's been through a lot, man. He almost had a career-ending situation not too long ago. I say about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. He was like a bad car wreck, something like that.
I hope everything works out for him.
Absolutely.
Stay focused, man. Keep your eyes on the prize. Good things are headed your way. Just stay focused, man, and elevate your training. Never stay stagnated.
Absolutely.
The most important thing to a fighter when it comes to elevation is who do you spar with? Okay? Who do you spar with? Your sparring partner is going to elevate you. If you have a mediocre sparring partner, then you're going to stay mediocre. If you have a sparring partner that's a champion, that's really good, he's going to help take your game to the next level. So, who is your coach? Who is your trainer? What do they know? And who is your sparring partner? Those are very important things when it comes to a young fighter becoming good.
Speaking of mediocre trainer, Logan, Jake, if you guys have a mediocre trainer, you guys need to invest all that money that you have, some of that, and get you a real acclaimed trainer.
Yes.
For this particular fight.
Okay, so
no disrespect to whatever trainer you have now.
Right.
But now you're jumping into a whole different type of realm of boxing now. And then, just like Floyd Mayweather's name is on the line, your name is on the line too.
But I have to say this. I don't mean to come off wrong, but I got to keep it real. Okay? Your name is not on the line because you ain't got no name, man. He ain't even boxed nobody.
That's Jake and Logan.
You ain't even boxed nobody, man. Who the hell did you whoop? You ain't whooped nobody, man.
He's whooped the YouTube.
Okay, look, check it out. Listen.
He has awards, man.
Listen. You don't have a reputation in the boxing world. Everybody knows that. You ain't got no name. The only person whose reps on the line is Floyd Mayweather's. We all know that to be true. Okay? You would get so many points for knocking out the greatest boxer in the world if you did it legitimately. Okay?
Yeah, but he'll lose
none of that
subscribers.
None of that saying
he'll
in the
lose
eye.
Subscribers if he gets.
The only way he's
embarrassed.
Gonna be able to win is if he does one of those old tricks where he puts some of that stuff on his glove that gets all in your eyes.
You're wrong
Look,
for that.
The only way you're gonna win is if you cheat the man. Okay, that's the only way you're gonna win that. If he's legitimately in the best shape of his life, you're not gonna win it. The only person whose rep is on the line is Floyd. Your rep's not on the line. So you really don't have nothing to lose. You're winning all the way because even if he knocks you out, it's not like no one didn't see it coming. So it's like you're winning all the way. You have nothing to lose whatsoever. I mean, hopefully you learn something from it, right?
An ass whooping.
Yeah, but I mean,
an ass whooping.
I mean,
an ass whooping is coming.
You will. I mean, look, it's like he can always say, "I just didn't get knocked out by anybody. I got knocked out by the greatest."
Mayweather.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take that knockout any day, right? No, I didn't get knocked out by no chump. I got knocked out by a great.
Now, do you think this would?
I never known that was something to brag about. But I mean, if you had to look at the situation,
let me ask you. Amen, it's real. But let me ask you. Do you seriously think that this is going to pull in just as much of the purse as it did in the Conor McGregor fight?
I think that
that was over $250 million.
I think that when it
winning on one end to one end,
if you can get,
it was $1 billion purse, I believe.
If you can get
something like that, it was a lot of money.
If you can get a YouTuber and a retired NBA basketball player to fight on TV live and get all this money involved, I don't know what to say no more. I think anything's possible. I think, hey man, it's nothing. Anything can happen, right? I don't know. I mean, after witnessing that actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect.
I feel bad for dude.
I just know that just when I thought I had my fellow American citizens figured out, they surprised me with something new.
Hey, do you ever think you'll ever be the same with your boy Nate Robinson with the game of basketball? Do you ever think that his homies? Can you imagine what his homies is thinking?
If I was his homeboy, if I was Nate Robinson's homeboy, I would first say, "Hey man, it's all good. Don't trip, homeboy. It's gonna be good, man. Look, you're not a boxer anyways. Look, don't trip, man. Look, you still got your money, you got your endorsements. Heal up from this. You good, man. Don't worry about it. Look, people knew you weren't supposed to be in the ring anyways,
Hey, you know who gonna sponsor?
It's just a lesson learned. You just learned your lesson, right? You just learned your lesson that you wasn't supposed to be in there. You was in there, trying to hug the man instead of fighting him.
And they
all you did was hug.
That brother was hugging the pavement. Hey, you know what his sponsor gonna be? Look, you know what his sponsor gonna be?
Look, the way you fought, I know Nate Robinson, he ain't even from the hood, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
no, hell no. Because look, everybody know when you come up playing basketball in the hood, it's gonna be people that's gonna have disagreements. It's gonna be fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what happens is you gotta learn how to scrap.
No, that's real. That's real.
Nate, where was your hands at, dog?
Oh man,
where was your hands at, man?
Behind his back.
Where was your hands at? See, he wasn't out there. He wasn't playing ball in them places. I don't know where he was playing ball at. And I know you're a champion and you're good at playing basketball. But we know he didn't grow up playing basketball in the hood.
Playing basketball
because if you grew up playing basketball in the hood, you gonna know how to fight. Mm-hmm. Because there will be disagreements, and not all disagreements you can talk your way out of. Mm-hmm. Dudes is gonna foul you. They're gonna run you into the pole.
They're not trying
and
to hear
they're not gonna apologize.
Nope.
Okay, it's gonna be some fighting. And that's when you're going to learn how to, knuckle up and guard your grill. Right?
Hey,
and guard your grill.
You say he got sponsors, right? You said Nate Robinson got sponsors. You know, who gonna be sponsoring him next?
Oh.
Shaquille O'Neal with Icy Hot.
Okay. All right. So the thing that and I'm not being hard on you, Nate. I ain't got nothing against you whatsoever, but the thing that I know to be true is I felt like you wasn't prepared. I felt like that you stepped out of your element. I don't know why you let people talk you into doing that. You shouldn't have never let people talk you into doing that. Okay? You should have never let them talk you into doing that. I don't know who did that to you, right? But if you're going to step into a ring,
I know who did.
You should have been prepared, and you wasn't prepared.
He wasn't prepared. He did that.
Never let nobody set you up for failure.
You
man.
know what?
That's what happened.
Look.
This
man can speak for himself. Cowboy can speak for himself. But as far as Uche, he hold it against you. I'm holding it against you because you're supposed to do this for the culture. And what did you do? You came back with a hot L on my plate. What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with a hot L? Or, all the muscles. All the movements on the Instagram videos. All this stuff.
Here's the thing though. You would have been better off challenging him to play a one-on-one basketball game with you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You were in your element. You got the home field advantage then, right? But you stepped out of that and you decided to cross over into something that you didn't know a whole lot about, but he did, right? So
and then you got the dreads, and then you got the dreads too. You know what I'm saying? You got the dreads too, Nate. You got the dreads too. You representing the culture. And then you went out there and put yourself in a bind.
I think that when he hit you in the back of the head with that overhead, it was like an overhead hook. I think you should have been crying disqualification. That was your perfect opportunity to get out of the situation. Never get yourself in a situation that you can't get out of, right? You could have got out of that. You could have cried to the ref. You could have said, man, this dude hit me in the back of the head. I'm ready to go. This is disqualification. They might would have gave you the fight. I don't know. I don't think they would have, because they've letting a lot of that stuff slide. But you never know. You didn't even try to do that. You didn't even try to get a way out. You know, even when you seen it wasn't working.
I think, and then just from looking at the fight, Nate Robinson got hit with them windmill punches. So I had that got together. Mm-hmm. They had clinched up, and then they separated, and then they tried to hit him with that move.
Man.
So we hit him with the move. Jay came over with the overhead
to the back of the head, yeah,
and straight just planked Robinson, man.
I'm interested in hearing what you guys got to say about the subjects that we spoke on. You know, it's always a pleasure speaking about these things.
I know we're a little animated, but that's just how we are on an everyday basis. And so, you know, but the fact of the matter still remains is that boxing nowadays is not boxing like it used to be back in the day. Like, I feel afraid for our kids' generations to come right now, because it's like nothing to really look after when it comes to this particular sport. This is a sport that you don't play with. This is a sport that has legacy behind it. You have so many pioneers that have set the path for these boxers now. And then what do we have left now? You know, after we saw that great example of legends being able to come together for a greater cause for humanity, and then you turn right around and it's just like a money get richer quick scheme, and then it's just like the matchup don't even go together.
I do think that people who are in positions of power, people who have influence over boxing, I do think they should stand up and say something, because
they're not.
Where is it going when you allow fights like this to take place? That is a question. I mean, it's entertaining. We all have a good time. We get laughs out of it, right? You know, we enjoy ourselves.
Absolutely.
But for people who are genuine boxing enthusiasts, who really have a love for the sport, and they really have a genuine affinity for those, and the utmost respect for those greats who have paved the way for boxers, right? That's a question you should ask yourself.
Do you think Snoop Dogg's gonna be one of the? You think he's gonna be one of the
judges?
Yeah,
possibly.
Cause I went on his Instagram, by the way.
Possible.
Which, shout out to Snoop Dogg, by the way.
What's up with it, Snoop?
What's up with it, Snoop? Double OG. You know, it's your boy Uche. Saw you at House of Blues a minute ago. I like what you're doing. I also saw your promo video. I thought it was pretty cool. Even the kids can watch that. That was pretty cool. And I actually also saw your comment on Instagram saying something about, or mentioning that you was going to participate in this bout. And if you do, man, I'm front and center on that one, man. Absolutely. You definitely are a game changer when you come in there. I believe that you're a great commentator. You're a multi-talented individual, and they'd be dumb not to have you on this particular event. Absolutely.
Okay, so that about wraps it up.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's always a pleasure, you know, speaking our minds, giving our opinion about current events. I look forward to voicing my opinion again until we meet next time.
Absolutely.
My name is Dion Hudson, a.k.a. Cowboy.
And I'm Uche Kalu, a.k.a. Ezzy. And together, The Den. 5198 if you check us out on Instagram. And again, we apologize wholeheartedly by episode 2 and 3. But we're in the editing phase right now to put it in there. But you won't be disappointed once those drop. And of course, if you're not
in the den, you're not in the win. That's right.
God bless y'all. Right. Take care. Peace. Cheers.